Hey, Speckle or Demosts. It's me, Speckle coming to a video. In this video, I am doing 3 new Demosts. It is, in this order, Alphonse Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, then Raftalia from Rising of the Shield Hero, then finally Philo from Rising of the Shield Hero. Philo is a little wonky, it only took me 12 minutes to make the full picture, but I really like the design. Hope y'all enjoy. It is I, the Demosts interviewer, back there again. Sorry about that. Just want to try something different. Well, we have some Demosts to look at today. The first one being our Shadow Armor. Our Shadow Armor is the brother, actually, to Elric. Let me check that name real quick. I can't quite remember that file. It's with all the Demosts I have to interview, it's a pain in the butt to keep hold of all their names. It's Edric. It's Edric. Edric the Shadow Alchemist. Like his brother, he's in the he's actually like his brother. He's in the Weapon Master class, and combo class. But unlike his brother, who's in Shadow class, he's actually in the Shadow class because his body was completely vaporized at one point, and so his soul was anchored to a piece of armor temporarily for like a few years or so. So that kind of influenced the body he's in. He has 2 forms, to put it mildly, but he prefers to permanently stay in one thing, which leads to the subclass armor of Weapons Master class. The Shadow class has a subclass, which is quite rare, called Shadow Possession, which he actually does fall under. Shadow Possession allows the member of the Shadow class to have 2 forms: their base Shadow form, or their possession form, basically like just shadow, pure shadow. They can move around like a serpent, but this guy actually managed to infuse himself within some armor, hence the combo class of Weapons Master class subclass armor, which is quite impressive. He has upgraded durability, not to mention he can coat the entire armor in a shadow, which enhances its weakness, which enhances its resistance to physical attacks, but also severely increases its weakness to light attacks. But still, you still need a very high amount of light magic power in order to even damage it. For him, he says he really enjoys sparring with his brother. His brother has never won against him before yet. So, yeah. Also, fun fact about Shadow Possession. The person who's possessing the shadow has full control over their entire body. Trust me, it is quite impressive what they can do just by controlling someone's shadow. Let's go to the next one, shall we? For this next one, we're looking at as a her, and her name is Raf at Alio. Raf at Alio. Raftaglio. Raf at Alio. Raftef Alio. She's mostly known as Rafata. Rafata. It's a hard name to pronounce. Rafata is her most common name for her people to call her. She is a combo class. She is a shadow class mixed with a shifter class. Subclass for shadow class is shadow manipulation. She is mostly seen teaming up with and working with the Demosts shield, and the next one we're looking at, Trilo. She's mostly uses her shifter abilities to make her claws sharper and longer, and Shadow is to enhance shadow manipulation in order to, well, enhance her abilities. And her weapon of choice is a sword, which makes sense. My brother has gone over a dragon similar to her, known as the, where is that file? He gave me some files. Reptilia Armored Sword-tailed Dragon, or RAST for short. They have some similar traits. They are both team up with some type of shield creature, and a shifting bird. But trust me, it's a weird one. She is quite friendly to humans, but if they hurt Demosts shield, she would make a regular Demost blush on how brutal she can be. She usually isn't really brutal. In fact, in the interview I had with her, she said back when she was alive, she actually was a very kind person. She was actually someone they refer to as demi-human in her world. Demi-human being half human, half monster. Well, half animal in this case. She was part raccoon, which will explain her raccoon ears and her horn. Weirdly enough, for the shifter class, two for horns are actually ears shaped like horns, which makes sense. Well, let's get to the last one, shall we? Now, this last one we're looking at is already referred to the name, but its name is Trilo. And she is a combo class. The classes are Shadow class, the subclass is Creature, which is a bird. It's a very, 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 very big bird. Talking like weight-wise, it's very big. But her, the feather she has is actually a very strong feather, but yet very soft. It's quite weird. That explains some part of her under the shifter class. The last one I know about is a some type of carnage shadow-like one, a very overpowered one, but mentally cuckoo 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 cuckoo. That Spikos 1000 had put away. Now going over the shield, the Mosaic shield, with Atta and Trilo, them working together. With my interview from Spikos 1000, he said that yeah, I would not be caught dead. Well, dead again. Fighting all three of these at once. Because from what I've been able to see from him fighting other Demosts, when Trilo's around and the part in the small mass center wrath that's in his shield sometimes gets the better of him and he goes cuckoo. His strength is enhanced tenfold, and Trilo's ability, she actually turns a darker color, closer to a dark gray. Her eyes glow red, and her strength is enhanced quite drastically. Not to put in the account that in their world, she also was referred to as Philo, but trust me, it was, they all died of old age, but they reverted somewhere about around their prime. Trust me, it's not a very pleasant sight to see, especially what they can do to an enemy. From what I've seen, all the Demosts that they have fought had one thing in common when interviewed before going to the instance of Demosts urgent care. Trust me, it's rarely used, and it's some of our best Demosts dealers are there because it's only when they either spar against me or spar against me or another strong Demost that they get their arse handed to them on a silver platter, literally and figuratively. Literally, the loser always gets their butt chopped off. And because of some techniques I know, it makes it near impossible for it to grow back naturally. So they always go to the Demostic urgent care. Now, for them, they always now from that same interview, Spike 1000 also stated that the ones that fought those three at once always came out shaking, looking around like they were just very, very, very skittish. But it actually hardened them quite a bit. It wasn't a pretty sight for your Spike 1000 CS men like that. When he asked them about it, he explained what happens whenever the anger gets the best of him. The thing about it is that Raftalia is not really Rafata is not really affected. She more or less is just gets some a little bit of strength enhancement that's stacked on top of her already her enhancements from her child manipulation already. But Trilo by herself is a very capable fighter. Using her Shadow subclass, she's also able to use some gray magic. She also uses it in the form of wind attacks. And trust me, it ain't pretty. Her claws are sharp enough to cut through most Demosts and cut them in half. Trust me, that I've never seen. Spike 1000 stated that, and me, I agreed with him. We have never seen so much black blood shed in one area. But he's seen a few. He literally stated that I've seen a few organs fly out of someone just from a fight against those three. And trust me, it was gory even by Demost standards. Well, that gave him some temporary PTSD. So that's all the Demosts we're looking at for today. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Well, until next time, subscribe today on Spike Stormy or Demost Alliance. Goodbye and peace out.